Multi-Sectoral Programme on Violence Against Women of the Ministry of Women and Children Affairs is the joint initiative of the Government of Bangladesh and the Government of Denmark. Since 2000, this project has been carrying out several activities to provide various support to women and children victims of violence. The major institutional arrangement of the Multi-Sectoral Programme on Violence Against Women are One-Stop Crisis Center, One-Stop Crisis Cell, National Forensic DNA Profiling Laboratory, Divisional DNA Screening Laboratory, National Trauma Counseling Center, Regional Trauma Counseling Center, National Helpline Center for Violence Against Women and Children, mobile apps, Joy, and National Center on Gender-Based Violence. Under this project, women and children victims of violence receive health care, police assistance, forensic DNA tests, social services, legal assistance, psychosocial counseling through the One-Stop Crisis Center. This is the One-Stop Crisis Center of Dhaka Medical College Hospital. Like Dhaka OCC, there are 10 more OCCs in Rajshahi, Chattogram, Sylhet, Borishal, Khulna, Rangpur, Faridpur, Coxbazar, Bogura and Kumilla Medical College Hospitals. 6 more One-Stop Crisis Center will be established in Mymensingh, Gopalganj, Kushtia, Jessore, Pabna, Noakhali Medical College Hospitals during the 4th phase of the project. Besides, this project established 47 one-stop crisis cells in district's Shodor hospitals and 20 one-stop crisis cells in the Upazila Health Complex. One-Stop Crisis Cell coordinate and make services available to women and children victims of violence. National Forensic DNA Profiling Laboratory is another major activity under the program. DNA analysis is usually done for identification of individuals or solved disputes like murder, rape, proof of paternity and maternity, disaster victim or mutilated body, identification of missing or dead people. DNA test is also done for immigration for different countries like United States and United Kingdom. It also plays an important role in many national crises like fire disaster in Tazreen Fashions 2012 and identification of dead bodies of Rana Plaza victims. A Department of DNA Laboratory Management is being underway under the Ministry of Women and Children Affairs. Under this program, there are 7 divisional DNA screening laboratories in Chattogram, Rajshahi, Sylhet, Borishal, Khulna, Rangpur and Faridpur Medical College Hospitals. A divisional DNA screening laboratory will be established in Mymensingh Medical College Hospital. This is a National Trauma Counseling Center. This center provides counseling service to women and children victims of violence who become mentally upset because of cruelty and atrocity. Counseling helps them to improve their mental status. The center is working to help the victims of violence to return to their normal life like others in the society. It organizes different seminars, workshops and training for extending the services throughout the country. School and college teachers were given awareness training, basic counseling training and supportive counseling training. National Trauma Counseling Center organizes seminars on World Mental Health Day on 10th October. This center also established psychosocial counseling booth in the premises of Bangladesh Secretariat on the eve of International Public Service Day. To extend the psychosocial services throughout the country, 8 regional trauma counseling centers were established in Dhaka, Rajshahi, Chattogram, Sylhet, Rangpur, Khulna, Borishal and Faridpur Medical College Hospitals. This project established a National Helpline Center for Violence Against Women and Children in order to have women and children victims of violence regarding various provisions, services and support in time of crisis. The helpline number is 109. It is a toll-free number and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anyone from all parts of Bangladesh can make call from both fixed phone and mobile phone. Women and children victims of violence their relatives, and other stakeholders can get necessary support and guidance from this toll-free helpline. The toll-free helpline has been incorporated in more than 24 crore textbooks of Class 6 to Class 11. A mobile app's Joy has been developed for giving instant support to the women and children victims of violence in case of emergency. The apps provides the opportunity of recording the dialogue and images of the victims and perpetrators and send the information, both audio and video, to the National Helpline Center, local police station, Deputy Police Commissioner at Metropolitan Area, Police Super at respective district, and 3 FNF numbers with GPS location. It will enhance the social security of the women and children and increase the social mobility for economic engagement. Besides, the National Database on Violence Against Women and Children is being prepared on the basis of data and information from various sources, including 25 national dailies. This information is sent to various government and non-government agencies for taking necessary actions. A national resource portal on violence against women and children has also been developed. Portal link is www.nrpvawc.gov.bd. Former clients' meetings are regularly organized in each OCC to update the status of women and children victims who were in the OCCs and received various supports. Interactions in the meetings also helped to identify the potentials of the victims for rehabilitation program. For rehabilitation, the children victims are encouraged to continue the study, and other victims are advised to have life skill training for better livelihood. Sewing machines and other productive commodities are given to the former victims for economic empowerment. The program has its own website, www.mspvaw.gov.bd, and establish its e-network throughout Bangladesh for providing e-services to the professionals and stakeholders. All the data relating to VAW, Violence Against Women, and publications of the program are available in this website. Another major activity of the program to organize training, workshop, seminar, and consultation meeting for various professionals and stakeholders for sensitization on gender-based violence, and special programs are arranged for teachers, police officials, doctors, lawyers, local government representatives, religious leaders, and members of civil society. This project also contributed to legal and policy reform by providing technical support to the Ministry of Women and Children Affairs for the Domestic Violence Prevention and Protection Act 2010, the Deoxyribonucleic Acid DNA Act 2014, the Child Marriage Restraint Act 2017, the National Children Policy 2011, the National Women Development Policy 2011, a National Action Plan to Prevent Violence Against Women and Children 2018 to 2030 has been formulated. National Action Plan to End Child Marriage 2018 to 2030 has also been formulated. Recent arrival of the large number of Rohingya people from Rakhine state of Myanmar has created humanitarian crisis in Ukhia and Teknaf upazilas of Cox's Bazar. Women and children are the worst sufferers with the mental stress and trauma. In view of the above situations, this project has established one-stop crisis cell and regional trauma counseling center, along with 11 mental health service centers in Kutupalong and Balukhali of Ukhia Upazila in Cox's Bazar, to strengthen and consolidate the social forces for combating gender-based violence. A national center on gender-based violence has been established. Multi-sectoral program on violence against women of the Ministry of Women and Children Affairs conducted different activities for the women and children victims of violence. Also facilitates the initiatives to redress all types of gender-based violence in Bangladesh and ensures the treatment of the victims as well as access to justice and ultimately reintegrated them to their families. Let us work together to prevent violence against women and children.